In a quiet neighborhood store, an ordinary day took an unexpected turn when a young black girl found herself accused of theft. The store manager's sharp words drew the attention of onlookers, creating a tense and uncomfortable scene. The girl, visibly shaken, insisted on her innocence, but her pleas seemed to fall on deaf ears. Just as the situation seemed hopeless, a stranger stepped forward. This person, calm yet firm, challenged the manager's accusations and demanded the truth. What happened next not only surprised everyone present, but also revealed something deeper about justice and standing up for what's right. As the crowd gathered closer, tensions rose, and the story took a dramatic twist that no one saw coming. Stay tuned as we uncover the powerful moment when courage and empathy turned the tables on injustice. The stranger who stepped in was a tall, soft-spoken man with an air of confidence. He calmly asked the manager why the girl was being accused. The manager claimed she had seen the girl slip something into her bag, but her words felt rushed, as if she was trying to convince herself as much as anyone else. The girl, teary-eyed, clutched her small backpack, shaking her head in denial. The man glanced at the girl and then back at the manager. "Did you check the cameras?" he asked, his voice steady but firm. The store fell silent. A few customers started whispering to one another, questioning what had really happened. The manager hesitated, avoiding eye contact. It was clear that no one had reviewed any footage. The stranger's gaze didn't falter, and his next words sent a ripple through the room. "Let's see the proof." The store manager stiffened at the suggestion of checking the cameras. She mumbled something about being too busy to review footage and insisted her word was enough. The stranger wasn't buying it. Calmly, he turned to the other customers. "Does anyone else here feel like this doesn't add up?" he asked. Murmurs spread through the crowd, and a few people nodded. One customer, a middle-aged woman, stepped forward. "I've been in the store the whole time," she said. "I didn't see her do anything." Another chimed in, "If you're so sure, why not check the cameras?" The girl stood frozen, clutching her bag tightly, her face a mix of fear and hope. The stranger crouched slightly to her level and asked gently, "Would you mind if we look inside your bag?" She hesitated, then slowly unzipped it, revealing a couple of books and a water bottle, nothing else. The room grew quiet, but the tension only deepened. The manager's face turned red as she glanced at the bag, now completely open for everyone to see. "She could have hidden it somewhere else," she stammered, her voice losing its earlier confidence. The stranger straightened up, his gaze unwavering. "You accused her without evidence. Now, it's time to check the facts." Another customer pointed to the security desk. "The cameras are right there. Let's see what really happened." The manager hesitated, clearly uncomfortable. The stranger walked toward the desk and gestured for her to follow. The growing crowd began murmuring louder, and the pressure was impossible to ignore. Reluctantly, the manager unlocked the monitor, her hands shaking slightly. As the footage played, everyone's eyes were glued to the screen. The girl could be seen calmly browsing the shelves, picking up items and putting them back, but never once taking anything. Then, something unexpected appeared on the footage, making the room hold its breath. As the footage continued, the girl's innocence became undeniable, but just when it seemed the truth had cleared her name, something shocking caught everyone's attention. A different figure, partially obscured by the shelves, could be seen slipping an item into the girl's backpack when she wasn't looking. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The manager froze, her mouth slightly open in disbelief. The stranger leaned closer to the screen, his expression darkening. "It seems we've been accusing the wrong person," he said, his voice calm but sharp. He pointed to the figure on the screen. It was another customer, someone who had been quietly standing near the back of the store, blending in with the crowd. All eyes turned toward the man in question. His face turned pale as he realized the attention was now on him. Before anyone could speak, he bolted toward the door, sparking a chaotic chase. The store erupted into chaos as the man sprinted toward the exit. The stranger didn't hesitate. He followed close behind, weaving through startled customers. A few others joined in, shouting for him to stop. Just as the man reached the door, one of the bystanders managed to block his path, forcing him to stumble. The stranger caught up, gripping his arm firmly. "You're not going anywhere," he said, his voice calm but commanding. The manager, now flustered and pale, hurried over as someone else called the police. Meanwhile, the girl stood quietly, watching the scene unfold with wide eyes. When the authorities arrived, they reviewed the footage and confirmed the man had planted the item in her bag. As he was led away in handcuffs, the girl let out a shaky breath, finally free from the weight of false blame. Just when it seemed everything had settled, the stranger turned to the manager. "Now, about your apology," he said, his tone polite but firm. The crowd, still gathered, murmured in agreement. The manager looked at the girl, guilt written all over her face. But instead of a simple apology, the girl said something that stunned everyone. "I forgive you. Just don't let this happen to anyone else." The room fell silent, the tension replaced with a profound sense of reflection. What started as an accusation had turned into a powerful lesson for everyone involved. As the girl's words hung in the air, the tension dissolved into quiet murmurs of admiration. The manager, humbled, nodded and offered a sincere apology, promising to handle situations more carefully in the future. The girl smiled softly, her bravery shining through despite the ordeal she had endured. The stranger, now standing by her side, gently patted her shoulder. "You've got a lot of courage," he said, his words filled with genuine respect. The other customers began to disperse, some taking a moment to commend the girl and the stranger for how they handled the situation. Outside the store, the girl turned to the stranger and said, "Thank you for believing in me." He smiled warmly. "Always stand up for the truth. It's worth it." As they parted ways, the girl walked away with her head held high, a small but significant triumph that would stay with her forever.